Alright, so the title of this is English for Job Interview. Why is it bad English? You might have found this using a search on Google, and all of us use this shorthand version, so there's nothing really wrong with using that search tag. However, used in a full sentence, it's actually incorrect, and I'll give you the reason straight away. You need to have either a plural or an article in there. So even as a headline form, it needs to be English for job interviews or English for a job interview. It could be English for my job interview or other things as well. So that's that out the way. Let's get to the real reason. What do you want to know? The question is, how can I improve my English for a job interview in the future? So first of all, I would say give yourself time, as much time as possible. We have the idiom in English, Rome wasn't built in a day. So with patience, you can improve your English. Let's start with the first step, awareness. And this means knowing where you're at. Knowing where you are at the moment is going to really help you on your journey of getting where you want to be. This is why I really recommend recording yourself as much as possible. Try to make a regular habit out of that. Once you've recorded yourself, listen back after a period of at least a day. This will give you some space between recording and listening back, so you can be more objective about what you hear. If you don't like the sound of your voice, well, not many of us do. Just get over it. This is one of the most important things that you can do, and it's really going to help you push you forward. It's going to give you motivation when you get further down the track and you might think, I've not come very far, I'm not improving. Then you can go back and look at how you were initially, and you will actually see that improvement. And you will then know that you can go on and take that even further. Number two, acceptance. This is closely tied in with the first one, but it's about being okay with where we are at the moment. Not beating ourselves up and saying, I should be here, because then if you start from the wrong frame of mind, thinking about where you should be and you're not there, so it's a negative thing to do. Once you understand where you are at the moment, you know what you need to do to get there. It's different from resignation, which is throwing your hands up and saying, I can't do this, I've learned English for X number of years and I'm still not getting any better, so I guess I'm just not any good at English. No, acceptance is saying, here I am at the moment, this is where I want to go, what steps do I need to put in place to get there? Even if it means doing some basic foundations, which may seem below me. Can you imagine in the case of a professional tennis player, for example, or sports person, being told by their coach that they need to work on some basic backhand or whatever it is, some basic part of their training regime, and then deciding that no, they're too good, they don't want to do that? No. It's not what professionals do, and it's not what you're going to do in your English language learning journey. Number four is motivation. You're going to be a lot more likely to succeed if you know why you're doing something. So let's say you want to improve your English, but why do you want to improve your English? First of all, let's imagine what will it look like, what will you see, hear and feel once you have improved your English? What will be different? So you might say something like, I'll be able to have a conversation with somebody without pauses for about 5 minutes. Or I'll be able to understand most of my favorite Netflix show with subtitles. Or I will know 100 words, new words of your list of vocabulary by such and such a date. Okay, this begins to make it feel more real. Once you've got that, then answer the next question, which is, what will having that do for you? In this case, it could be, this will allow me to get offers of job interviews and pass those interviews and get the job that I really want to get. Okay, fantastic. But let's dig a little bit deeper. What then will getting that job do for you? Why is that important? Then you might say, okay, well, I'll be able to earn more money. I'll be able to travel and do more interesting things. I'll have a much better time. Okay, and why is that important to you? Well, the money side of things might allow you to support your family. It could mean living your dreams, following the things that you've always wanted to do. In this way, you dig deeper and deeper, and you can really tie in the object and the actions that you need to take with the end goal and what that really means to you. And the power of aligning your values, what you are getting at, with the actions that you're taking is going to give you such powerful motivation every day that, you know, you won't need someone having to play the Rocky song. You won't need someone needing to give you a whip or a kick up the backside. You'll be doing this for your own internal reasons, and there's nothing more powerful than that. Having said that, number 5 is enjoyment. If you can enjoy the process, you're so much more likely to stick with it. So this way, we need to stack the deck in our favor and make sure that the activities we do are enjoyable for us and we're having a good time doing them. It doesn't have to mean you're rolling on the floor laughing or jumping for joy with the adrenaline pumping through you, although there's nothing wrong with those things. It could be the quiet satisfaction you get from having completed a task, or being able to have that conversation with a stranger, understanding everything they say, going back to your favorite show, watching that, being able to understand what is going on. If you read a book and you don't have to pause and look the words up every second or third word, it's much more enjoyable. So go after the activities that you like. Do things that you enjoy doing in your own language, in English. Find podcasts. There are so many of them these days. Listening is an excellent activity. If you prefer speaking, find either a teacher or a language exchange partner. Strike up conversations wherever you can. Write things. Do things that are going to excite you anyway, and make sure you do them in English. This way you can really build your consistency, which is the next most important thing. The next one is consistency and practice. If you want to make any improvements, as well as making your practice enjoyable, you need to make sure that it's consistent. So when you start to make new habits, start off really small. Make it even as little as 5 minutes every day. Make sure you do that. Make sure you put it in your diary or calendar. That way you can see it and you can check it off each day. Also, when you go to look at it, it's not going to seem like this big task which is really difficult and you think you might not do. It's something that's so easy, you can just do it. Once you start to get these consistent habits in place, then you can build up the intensity, you can build up the duration. Actually, when you go to do them, you'll probably spend longer than that minimum anyway. But as long as you do that, then that's it. That's okay. You've got the habit in place. Also, make these habits easier by putting them in your way. So it could be an app that you have on your phone. Make sure it's on the front page. It's just a click. Or something that's on your desktop. If you're working from books, make sure they're on the table ready for you to just pick them up. If it's again maybe on a browser, you can save the tabs, folders, anything that's going to put it in your own path so it's actually harder not to do than it is just to do. This way you'll build the consistent habits which are essential for improving your English over a long period of time. So the final point here then is accuracy and improvement. In the end, accuracy is important. It's nice to listen to someone speaking who sounds like a native speaker. Or when you read a piece of writing, if there are no mistakes, it's a pleasure to read. Of course, we all want to get better, and that's natural. But being a perfectionist, aiming for perfection, is actually going to hold us back in many cases. It means that we are not actually aiming for improvement and progress, and we say to ourselves, if we're not getting it perfectly right, then there's no point doing it at all. Or you try to be perfect. That's why in the article I have a picture of a dartboard and he's hitting the bullseye right in the middle. But you can see around the outside all the number of attempts which haven't hit the bullseye, which have gone into the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You probably can't even see the ones that didn't hit the board at all. But the point is, having missed so many times, having made so many mistakes, this person can now throw the dart right into the middle, be completely accurate. Again, it's like a tennis player perhaps who wants to practice the most. Look at the top level tennis players. They've practiced more than anyone else, and now they can gauge their shots. They can hit powerful shots exactly or near as anything to the line. Some of the best racing drivers who know exactly how far they can push the car, it's because they've pushed the car too far on numerous occasions and probably crashed and made all those mistakes. And it's the same in life, it's the same with language learning. You need to get out there and do it and practice and make mistakes. Yes, get better, be aware of who you are. That brings us back to the beginning of awareness, and you've come full circle. And keep going, repeat the process, it's ongoing. So thanks for watching. Follow the links below if you'd want to know more. I work with people from all over the world in various fields and aspects, whether it's preparing for a job interview or helping you with your current business project, whatever it is, I'm happy to have a talk with you and I'm sure I can help. Take care, see you next time.